What's up?
Lady T, what up, though?
Not much. It's time.
Oh,
Yep.
it's time?
YouTube time. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with it. Yep, I'm ready.
Bye.
Okay. Ready for some Lady T YouTubers? Let's get it. What up, YouTubers? Okay, so I am here today because I know I'm real late on making this upload, but here I am doing it right now since I have some time on my hands. But before I get started here, make sure you guys are subscribing to my page, liking my content, commenting, and getting yourselves engaged. Make sure you also hit that share button as well. It's all very appreciative. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so anyways, I'm going to get to the reason why I'm here today. Now, I'm here today because I was supposed to have this video back in late June because it was one of the most important days of my life, and I thought it would never happen. Okay, so I'm here because last year in late June was a very important milestone for me because I got to experience what prom is like, and I got to do it with the man of my dreams. So that's what I'm here talking about today. And when the event had first happened, I mean, of course, I had the butterflies. I got nervous because when I was a teenager, I never made it to 12th grade, so therefore I never actually been to a prom when I was 17. So it was kind of a sad feeling for me. I mean, it was my choice to not go to 12th grade and to drop out because I've been having many issues with bullies and having too much work jumbled up in my head that I couldn't focus in school anymore. So I did what I thought was best for me, and I made a rash decision to drop out of school. But of course, my mother, she wasn't going to let it in there. Like, this can't be your future. Like, without your GED or high school graduate degree, then you're never going to be able to really find a good job out there. So she did what she thought was best for me, which it was, and maybe take GED courses. And of course, it took me at least 2 or 3 tries before I finally passed, because the course I was actually having trouble with, even back in school before I took the GED test, was history. Like I said, history for me back in school was very, very, very boring. Excuse me if I'm getting off subject here a little bit, but I just want to share a little bit of my history. But yeah, history was never one of my best subjects in school. Matter of fact, every history class that I was in, I was almost falling asleep, or I was doing something else in my folder. Basically, I don't know how to put it short. Yeah, but that's basically to put it in short. So yeah, but history was the reason why I didn't get my GED the very first time I took the test. And I don't remember if it costs at all or if it was free. I believe it had cost something, but if it did, I just forgot how much it was. Brain fart. It's been a couple years since I had took the GED, so I don't remember. And I believe I started taking GED classes like maybe a year or a few months after I dropped out of school. I believe it was precisely a year after. Because with my mother, I mean, if you guys know her personally, she's the kind of person that loves to fight, and she hates seeing her children in a bad position. So she wasn't going to let that be my future. She thought to herself, like, no, this child's going to drop out of high school. She at least needs to try to go in and take her GED test, because without a GED or high school diploma, I'm not going to be able to find really good jobs out there, and I'm not going to get too far in life. So she kind of forced my hand into doing it, but at the end of the day, I was appreciative of that, because I realized how important the GED and the high school diploma really is. So, I mean, like I said, it does kind of sadden me up until this day that I ever had to think about me dropping out of high school, because I never got to experience what prom is like I mean, that's why now, that's why back then and even nowadays, I'm grateful for adult like events uh, related to high school. Like the adult prom was one of the best, and last year, even though I got to experience it almost 10 years later than what I was supposed to actually do, I mean, it was still a very great experience. It was, the event itself was very romantic. Um, my boyfriend and I, we had got to the event like maybe like a few hours late because it was due to miscommunication, and of course I couldn't drive. I was wearing a big ass puffy dress. I don't have that anymore. It was strictly just for that. I mean, the dress itself, it was beautiful, flowing, and cute. But at the same time, it drove me crazy because I could barely walk through doors in that thing. I could barely even dance in that thing. If you guys had caught me on the dance floor when I was at the event, you would be looking at me like, okay, she looks like a professional. Like, she's done this kind of dress before. It's like, I have and I haven't. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys at all, but there you have it. Okay, so, anyways, what had happened at the event, if I remember correctly, my boyfriend and I, we had got up there, we signed in, and we had got VIP tickets, so we were very close to the dance floor when we had got there. We sat down at one of the tables close to the dance floor, and of course, I was the one who picked the table. My boyfriend didn't know where to sit. It was just kind of appreciative because I love a man who asks me for my opinions and what I think about things. It gives me more of a free mind and lets me know that I'm a free spirit. Okay, so we sat down at the table for maybe like a few minutes or so, and I think what had happened after that is that we did get up and dance at some point in time, and it was more than one time. I think the most romantic time was after they announced the prom king and queen, which we didn't win, by the way. But the way they voted was that they went by the best dressed couple. And my boyfriend and I, we weren't exactly matching because I was dressed in pink, he was dressed in blue. So I had told myself, like, okay, maybe for New Year's in a few months, which was the New Year's that just passed, I'm going to test that photo as well so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. But I'll attach it later on in this video. Okay, so just lost my train of thought. Okay. That usually happens when I'm thinking about something else. That's why I try to get in front of the camera like, okay, clear your mind, girl. Stop thinking about other things. As long as you clear your mind, you're good. Don't think too much. Okay, so, but yeah, basically they went by the best dressed couples, and obviously my boyfriend and I weren't matching, and we didn't exactly win, but it was still an honor just to be in it. At first, my boyfriend didn't even want to be in the contest, but I actually wanted to see how it would feel like to actually be prom king and queen. But I was kind of disappointed, to be honest with you guys, because in my mind I was thinking, like, I know my boyfriend and I are going to win because he's looking fresh and I'm looking all beautiful and spiffy. And of course that didn't happen, but like I said, it was still an honor for everybody to have their faces pointed at us and be like, okay, they looking good here. I think after that we did do some slow dancing, and then at one point in time at the dance, we did a Soul Train line. I'm looking at myself like, I don't know how to do a soul Train line. So when I was the center of the floor, they told me to go in the center and just move. One person has suggested that I twirl around in my dress and then try to wiggle my hips like a little bit. But of course, I was doing it kind of wrong. Like, it's been a year, so I don't exactly remember how my Soul Train line dance went. And on top of that, when I had moved out of the center of the Soul Train line, I got nervous and didn't know where to walk to. The person who was hosting the Soul Train line told me that I had walked the wrong way, but it was okay. And I was looking like, Oops. Because I never did a Soul Train line, so I didn't know how it worked. Actually, I didn't think they did Soul Train lines at prom. I mean, not that I know of or anything, but maybe you guys can share that info with me if you had your prom before. I mean, did y'all have a Soul Train line at all? Or how did that work out? Any kind of dances that you can remember. But the most romantic part for me at the adult prom was between the slow dance that my boyfriend and I had together, and of course, I wish somebody had recorded that of us, as well as that one New Year's Eve we had went out together. Well, those past couple New Year's Eves, because there were more than one time that we had went out for New Year's Eve and we had slow dances together. Yeah, but I had wished that somebody had recorded us dancing. That would have been something for me to put in my books forever and show my future children later on. This is what love was like, even though it's not like how it was like way back in the day. But I ain't trying to go that far in the past though. But you guys know what I'm talking about. And also the most romantic part for me, between the slow dancing, and there was also the photo booth, which my boyfriend had paid for. I think that was like, you know, I even if I do know how much the photo booth was, I'm not gonna exactly say that on camera. I'm gonna just say that it was expensive, but it was well worth it. I still got the pictures in my living room and on my phone. I'm gonna attach all of those as well so you guys can see, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do them in singles or in multiples as they are in the pictures, but I think that'll make the process move a whole lot faster. But I'll be more than happy to do singles if I feel like doing it. I might do the multiples, I don't know. Yeah, but the photo booth was absolutely amazing. Like at first, when we had got in there, my boyfriend didn't exactly know what type of poses to do for the photo booth because we took like a set of 3 pictures and 2s, so we took 6 photos. And basically, I had to think quick on my feet because we were running by timer in the photo booth. I mean, like how it used to work back then. Photo booths had timers, so it give you like a few seconds to come up with a pose before it snaps your picture. So even if it's a mugshot, here you go, you're taking this home with you. When the photo booth does that, it's the same thing like when I snap pictures, when I snap selfies with my phone camera, and it's like, okay, I gotta reset my timer because I wasn't ready. It gets to 1 second, I'm like, oh, hold on, I'm not ready yet. I have to do that. I don't know how many times. It's just so funny. That happens almost every time I take a selfie, but I'm used to it. And at least if my pictures come out to be mug shots later on, I know how to delete it off of my camera, because it's like, nobody's not gonna see this but me. But I wish I didn't see it. Basically what I'm trying to say there. But okay, but anyways, we did take a few mug shots, at least 2 that I didn't like, but I still kept them as memories anyway, because like this was a very special moment for my boyfriend and I. But like I said, the event, it really meant a lot to me because I got to spend it with the man of my dreams. And I don't know precisely how long we were there for. I think a little after the Soul Train line was when we left. That's when people had started leaving. I think we left like a few minutes before the event had ended because my boyfriend wanted to beat traffic before it got heavy in the parking lot on the way out. So everybody would be leaving at the same time and people would be drunk. I mean, sure, I don't know how much I drank at the event, to be honest, but my boyfriend, he barely drank anything. We had several things to pop, and I don't think we had food, honestly, because I think we both ate before we left our houses to go to the event. But we brought a lot of pops home, that's for sure. Jason's John Drinker. But yeah, the event itself, it meant a lot to me. It was very, very beautiful. And I'm hoping one day again in the future, after the COVID-19 passes, we'll be able to get out and do things like that again. It doesn't necessarily have to be the adult prom. It could be any other outing that we can do something or have some fun together as far as slow dancing goes. Because you can do more than that than just going to dance events. Obviously, but most of the time it has to come from I want to say clubs, but my boyfriend doesn't necessarily always like to go to clubs, so it's the only other option that we have is just going out to dance events and just having some fun together at our house. That's basically what I'm trying to say there. But so I know I'm babbling off and just doing whatever. Like I said, sometimes I get in front of the camera and it's like my mind is somewhere else. It's like, stop thinking, girl, you're in front of the camera. You want to disappoint yourself. Like, I'm just laughing so much because it's true. I mean, and you guys will exactly know where I'm coming from with this, but I say, yeah, it meant so much to me. But technically, before last year, the adult prom that I had with my boyfriend, it was my suggestion. It was my suggestion to go up there because I wanted to really see what a real prom would have been like if I had went years ago before I graduated high school, which I didn't. But the first time that I ever had experienced prom, really, but I don't know if it counts at all. It was back in 2015, I believe, with my best friend Talisha. I'm going to attach those pictures if I can find them. I'm pretty sure I still have them. But anyway, we had went to some restaurant, I believe, just to go out and eat in our prom dresses, hair done, which by the way her mother had did for both of us. Now I think our nails, I think we had ours done at the nail salon. I'm not even sure if her mother had did our nails also, because I wasn't even at her house all that long. I was strictly there for maybe like 2 hours to get ready for the prom event, and of course her mother had drove us up there, and it was kind of a far drive. I forgot what city we had went to, but yeah, we didn't do anything really. And plus I had got my friend a birthday cake. I mean, not a birthday cake, but just a regular cake that says something like, congratulations to Alicia. I guess it was my way of congratulating her for getting her GED as well. Well, technically, she wants to call it a high school diploma, but truthfully, she got a GED like a few years after high school. So we both technically didn't graduate our years that we were supposed to. We were both supposed to graduate in 2011. I got my GED in 2013, I believe, and she got her GED in 2015. That same year that we had our adult prom. If it wasn't that, then she got hers in 2016. I mean, she remembers better than I do because she talks about it all the time still, but yeah, but we didn't do anything really. We just went to some kind of fancy like restaurant. We had cake and food and just sat down. So it wasn't really any dancing or anything at all. And we also posed for some pictures, which her mother took. But that was pretty much it though. But aside from those two events that I just mentioned to you guys, I actually got to experience what prom is like. Even though the first time around with my friend Alicia, it didn't really count. It was just something that we both came up with at the last minute. We were actually supposed to do something else besides the restaurant, but I don't exactly remember what happened. But I think what did happen was that it was a last minute thing, of course, and so many details had to be canceled out, and it's like, okay, so we have to stick to this and just be like, this is our adult prom. I mean, at least we did something together. So because we both didn't graduate the years we were supposed to, but I know I've been saying that. I know I've been said that before, but you guys get it. Yeah, sorry. Kind of gotta get used to this because every time I get in front of the camera, I'm thinking about something else that happens. Okay, so Anyway, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end up the video here. I just wanted to get in front of the camera for a few minutes and talk about how much the adult prom with my boyfriend of 2019 meant so much to me, and I'm hoping to do that again with him soon. I mean, technically, we've been doing that every year when it came to New Year's Eve, technically, because of the dancing, the drinking, and the eating. But at the high school proms, you don't drink. That's why they call it the adult prom. Don't fight me. Okay, but anyway, make sure you're subscribing, commenting on my content, liking my content, and make sure you're sharing. Share is caring, right? Okay, so thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening to my story. In the meantime, peace out. I will go ahead and leave you guys with the rest of your day. Hope you guys have a good one and you enjoy. And I look forward to seeing you all for more content from your girl, Lady Angel.